The following is a production of Corrupted Entertainment in association with The Joe Cronin Show. Listen to other episodes and shows on youtube.com/corruptedpodcast. You're about to listen to a clip from our special podcast on our Patreon page, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. To listen to the full 1-hour episode, become a $5 patron a month and get 30 hours of bonus content a month. Here's the clip. You know, other than yourself, so...
Patreon's growing like a son of a bitch, though, so I think they might be all right for a while.
Yeah. I mean, if there was no Patreon, I don't know what we'd be screwed. But anyway, real quick, moving into it, Donald Trump's star got defamed again. Somebody beat the hell out of it with an axe or something. I mean, it was like someone told them gold was underneath it, you know?
Wow.
With a giant, like one of those pickaxes, like a 49er would use in 1918 or whatever the hell it is.
And if they really were serious, they would just go to like Washington D.C. and just take an axe to the whole building.
Yeah,
you know?
They'd start charging the fence.
You're blaming the guy when really it's just the whole system.
It's funny though, because I was thinking I'm like, this thing has been under attack forever. There's been like dogs taking dumps on it, like people pissing on it, like women wearing a pussy hat pissing on it, oh god. Like, there should be a live stream camera on that star.
Oh, just on there 24/7?
Yeah, and then they could have compiled. They could have compiled everything from the whole year. You know, like every poop, like some guy spits.
Hooker having sex on it, you know.
Yeah,
anything.
Someone throws a brick at it. Some guy just I mean, there'd be so much stuff you could put together. It'd be really funny. And they could make a sad music video, like Donald Trump's sad star or something like that.
You have his reaction on the side. He's just...
Yes, then you just show it to him. He'd just be sitting there. He'd be like, unbelievable. He'd be like, terrible.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
This is unbelievable. I mean, I don't know.
It's funny though. It's just a star, but it's just funny.
What are people gonna bitch about when he's not there in 3 years?
I don't know. I mean, he's certainly a lot of bad and certainly a lot of good, but certainly a lot of weird. It's really the weirdest conundrum, dude. It's like legitimately to me, like I didn't think this when he first got elected, but now I do. It's the funniest thing. It's because the left and the right are mobs, right? Like the left and the right, like everybody that runs gets backed by the same rich companies every time.
Yes. Except
this time, he really, not with him, he was backed by different rich people. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's what they're mad about. It's like they were monopolizing this thing with the same old backers of rich people and rich companies, and then Hillary was backed by the same old group, and then he came in instead, and it was like, whoa. So some of those people had to switch over to Donald, you know, to try to switch over. So I know that people made this comparison, like, oh, it's like Batman, you know, the mob and everything, and he's like the Joker, you know what I mean? Like look what you created because of what you were doing. Maybe I kind of agree with it in a way, but I
was gonna say I kind of agree with that.
But I wonder if somebody else is gonna come in next time, like after Trump. Now, I wonder if somebody's gonna come in that's like really is outside, like completely outside, like. And I know that we talk about Jesse Ventura a lot because I really love Jesse.
Yeah, that's the only one that comes to my mind. It's like, God, I wish he'd run.
I wish he had already run. Like I feel like he should have run that election.
He talks so much shit. You know, I feel like the more he talks shit, the less I think he's gonna run. It's like, you know, he's always like, oh, if I ran, I'd do this or that, but whatever. But I'd have to run. You know, what does he say? Like,
he always says the same thing.
The middle party, you know, or he'd have to be unopposed or whatever.
I
don't know.
No, he always said he would run independent. Obviously, he hates the Republicans and Democrats, but he goes. He always says, "But I'd have to be on the debates. I'd have to be on the debates." You know, if I wasn't on the debate, he's like, then there'd be no reason. They'd have to raise the money. He raised $300,000. Jesus, my kid just ran through the house. He won. He got $300,000 and won the Minnesota. And became the governor of Minnesota. So I feel like
sorry.
No, but I feel like that's what somebody has to do to become president the next time. Like, or it would be nice if that's how someone became president. Like, it was just like this guy didn't
raise their own money or what?
Like, barely got any money, right? Like, they barely got any money, but they just went out there and they spoke everywhere, and they just became so popular, and they had to be invited eventually to the debates.
Like grassroots kind of deal.
Right, and they raised enough just to get on that first debate, you know, and they killed it. Yeah, because they're also robotic too. Like everybody's a robot, so you know that's not going to work. You know, being robotic's not going to work. But
you ever listen to him tell how he ran, how he ran Minnesota and all that stuff? I don't remember all the details, but yeah. I listened to him talk about how he did things, and I'm like, that's exactly, if he did that as the president, I could see things getting better. It's like,
he's an interesting guy.
Yeah, he's interesting. Yeah,
he's an interesting guy because he's pro-gun, obviously, but he's also pro-marijuana, and he's he's just, I just find myself almost pretty much agreeing with him on almost everything. Like he's weary of the government, but accepting of it, but weary of it. You know what I mean? So we want to keep the guns because of how the government is, but we need to have better gun laws, even though we should have guns, but we should also have marijuana. And then he wrote a book on the whole thing about marijuana that I didn't know about. He got me into the books about the history of marijuana and how, England made us grow it and we sold it, and it was a big industry, and it's like they dumped it on black people and stuff like that just to control them, to be like, yo, this is devil stuff, this is what they do, it's a horrible thing. I mean, they tried to do it with alcohol, and then that just didn't work. It was too widespread. I feel like marijuana was kind of like a exclusive upper class thing, or at the time, but I don't really know that for sure. But
it's just amazing though how it was never about the drugs or the alcohol. It was always about propaganda.
Well, and it, even to this day, that's true, because I have some family members that go crazy about it. Even my mother, there's a stigma with it, like, oh, you're a drug addict and stuff like that. It's like, well, why isn't an alcoholic a drug addict then? Because you're sitting there getting drunk and falling over or crashing your car or killing yourself. What's with the guy sitting in a corner having a joint? What's the difference? I mean,
and even if you're a responsible drinker and everything, just scientifically, alcohol destroys your body way faster and more efficiently than many other drugs, even fucking heroin and stuff. I mean, alcohol really fucks you up.
Alcohol's weird though. If you drink it the right way, it almost there's sometimes, for some people, I feel like that it friggin' helps them. If that makes any sense. I've seen these old dudes like 80, and they're like, give me some whiskey.
Oh yeah, I know people that they have a lot of pain. Instead of taking an opiate, they'll take a quick shot in the morning and they're good to go.
Yeah,
something like that. I get it.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, if you're getting slammed every day, or every other day, or every 3 days, even what I was doing. How
you doing, Joe?
You'll get like Larry Funk. Yeah, I mean, that bastard's drinking moonshine and shit. He's drinking hard moonshine. He's drinking that shit that makes you go blind. And he lost his liver, but luckily got that replacement liver. That story's a mindfuck too. The Larry Funk story is a mindfuck. It's like this guy was gonna die because of his liver. A young kid, 22 or 24, gets in a car accident or something, dies. He gets that kid's liver.
It's unreal.
My feeling is the party's on, because that liver's rejuvenated, right? So he's got another 30 years, partying on that liver. So I mean, think about it. If you drink hardcore, and then you get a 19-year-old's liver, you can go hardcore again because that liver is brand new, man.
I'm sure they're making him go. I think he said 12, 16 ounces or something. But I wonder if he can get drunk faster now because of the new. I don't know.
To listen to the rest of this clip, become a patron. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. You can download the episode in audio form and podcasts like this every single week on Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. And if you just want to subscribe to this channel, hit the sub button and subscribe here to YouTube.com/Corrupted Podcast.